Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Eve coming to y'all with another episode of Hit the Sled. Coming to you live, week 4, of the college football season. We got a developing situation here with Colorado currently down 24-10, where they were down 24-10. They just scored a touchdown, 24-17. We're broadcasting live from the Hit the Sled studios. We got development situations all over college football. Like I said, Colorado's currently down 24-16, getting ready to kick the extra point to make it 24-17. Number 4 was not down. Stayed on his feet, ended up scoring a touchdown. Colorado currently playing Baylor, and the same issues that plagued them against good competitions are starting to plague them in this game. Here's what I mean. Colorado has given up a kickoff return for a touchdown. A punt return set them up for a short touchdown and a field goal. Penalties have been an issue. They're running the ball a little bit better, but pass protection is an issue. Baylor is getting hits on Shador. They're getting hits. They're putting pressure on Shador all over. Every time he goes back, as the game progressed, they slowly started getting their footing. And I'm gonna show you some of the things that they're using stunts. We'll get to that. Defensively, defensive line, they're using stunts to get pressure on Shador. And this is something that North Dakota State did week 1. And it looks like Colorado still has not fixed their issues. We have another game. Tennessee playing playing Oklahoma. Tennessee just scored a touchdown, made it 19-3. In that game, the young freshman, I should say, Nico, is 8 for 11, 126 yards and a touchdown. He's playing really well. That young man looks like he's the real deal. Freshman. Tennessee, Josh Heupel has gone into Josh Heupel's old territory, his old school, OU, Oklahoma, where he won a national championship back in the day with Bob Stoops. If you don't know the history, like I said, Josh Heupel was the quarterback at Oklahoma at one point. And then he became offensive coordinator, at which point he got fired as offensive coordinator at his alma mater. He leaves there, and down the line, he becomes the head coach at Tennessee. Oklahoma joins the SEC this year, and Josh Heupel, Oklahoma's first year in the SEC, Josh Heupel in Tennessee comes to Oklahoma. Tennessee is the better team. Jackson Arnold, the Oklahoma quarterback, has thrown a pick, and he has fumbled. Jackson Arnold has been shaky the last couple of weeks. Last week against Tulsa, he was real shaky. And coming into this game, it's obvious he was not playing all that well, and he's continued to play poorly. We got another developing situation. The University of Miami is currently at South Florida. It's 22-15 in the third quarter. 11 minutes left in the third quarter. South Florida in the end of the first half, they were driving. Had them set up for a field goal. The young man missed the field goal to cut the lead, to make it 22-18. And Miami comes back. South Florida been driving all over the field, up and down the field. Cam Ward, he's doing his thing. Cam Ward in the first half went 12 for 18, 23 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Cam Ward is doing Cam Ward things. He's playing well. But Miami defensively, South Florida has been going up and down the field. If Miami is going to be Miami again, you have to handle success. Since they played Florida, what we've come to find out is that Florida is not who we thought they were. So we really don't know nothing about Miami, because Miami ain't played nobody. Now they go to South Florida, first time other than when they play the Gators. They leave Miami. They go up to Tampa, over there in South Florida, and they're struggling. They're leading, but if you're a team who they think they're supposed to be, you gotta handle your business against South Florida. South Florida can't be going up and down the field with you. Shouldn't be that. Can't be going up and down the field, but it's early. They can put them away, coming out second half and do what they're supposed to do. Miami has the better talent, so they should definitely put South Florida away. South Florida is one of those pesky teams. They gave Alabama a go, so they're looking at it like, man, we play with Alabama, so we got a shot against these boys. We can play with them. And then they come out in the first half, they played with them. So they got confidence. The worst thing you could do is give a bad team confidence. Because when you give a bad team confidence, a team that you're clearly better than, they're gonna take it to another level. And if you don't match them, you're gonna lose. So Miami's in dogfight. Miami is in the dogfight. Baylor, Colorado is definitely in a dogfight. Baylor's leading 24-17, 4th and 4, 21 seconds left. They had the Colorado 45. And it looks like Baylor might be going for it. Dave Miranda, the Baylor coach, who was once defensive coordinator at LSU, when LSU won the national championship. Now the head coach at Baylor. He's been there for a couple years. Very good defensive mind. I remember when Dave Miranda was the defensive coordinator at Wisconsin. Very good coach. He's been at Baylor a couple years. They've had somewhat of a downturn the last couple years, but he's slowly he's trying to get it back together. He's a very good coach. Everybody that knows him say he's a good man. So we'll see. But that's the current situation. One of the things we're going to talk about as far as Colorado and Baylor, we need to go back. Shador has been getting hit, folks. Shador is getting hit by Baylor. But that's no shock to me, because if you know anything about Colorado and that offensive line shaky at best. And Baylor been attacking Colorado with the same thing that North Dakota State did against Baylor. Same thing. Same stunt, same everything. So clearly, I don't know if Colorado thought they fixed it, but they ain't fixed it. They have not fixed it, because Baylor doing the same thing. The same stunts. It's amazing to me, man, how stunts. And let me explain to you what I mean by stunts. Tricks, defensive line tricks. You got a DT stunt where a defensive tackle and a defensive end. A defensive tackle comes inside and defensive end loops around. Or you got sometimes the defensive end comes inside, the defensive tackle loops back around to the other replace. Man, this is something that I'm trying to tell you that teams are going to be doing against Colorado until Colorado shows us they have fixed it. Because to me, they clearly have not fixed it. In the Big 12 with better athletes, there is no way Shador would last the season if he keep getting hit the way he's getting hit now. No way. And let me show you what I mean by these stunts. This play was against North Dakota State. North Dakota State, D1 AA, North Dakota State. Let me show you what I mean. D1 North Dakota State. They line up. Just watch what I'm doing.
Laid out.
All they're trying to do, they're trying to bring this defensive tackle inside to cross this defensive lineman's face. This offensive center's face. And the defensive end that's right here, this D tackle is going to shoot this gap. This defensive end, is going to loop around and come right here. That's all he's doing. All these three have to do, it's 3 against 3. All they have to do is stay square, and keep your head up, get in your pass set, and pass it all to one another. The worst thing you can do is turn your shoulders. Watch what these Colorado guys do.
Laid.
Look at the center. This guy is not even this guy is fine. This guy, the left tackle, Jordan Seaton over here, he has this guy. He is in right position. Even though this gap is a little bit too wide, it's not a little, it's way too wide because of their splits. So as the play starts, they're going to expand, creating a huge chasm in the middle. You don't want this big of a chasm. This is too big. This gap is too big. Look and see. This defensive end is coming around. He's going to come right here. This guy crosses his face, gets this center's attention. This guy and this guy, all they need to do, this guy passes this off to this guy. This guy right here, he's not even looking at this guy. He's looking at this. He should be head up, head on the swivel, looking around, looking to see what's going on inside to give his center some help. And when this guy comes around, the center picks him up. Watch and see.
Out. Internal pressure.
By the time this guy comes around, he tries to come and help. It's too late. The center, because his shoulder is turned, by the time he comes around, it's too late. And guess where he goes? Straight in Shador's face.
Out. Internal.
Look at that. You see what I'm saying? Right in Shador's face.
Pressure, okay. Hey, again, decide.
Right in Shador's
feel. What do? You can't climb.
Yeah, right.
You can't run away to the right because the loop. So really, your option is to spin away.
Giving a little bit of a show too. Make Shador has to flushes Shador out. But this is a classic example of what I'm gonna tell y'all something. That quarterback for Tennessee, that young freshman, he the real deal. But anyway, this guy was the defensive end. Look who replaced the defensive end. The D tackle. Let's go back. Look, the defensive end right here is going to end up right here. This defensive tackle is going to end up over the on right tackle. This guy is going to end up occupying these two guys, and this guy's coming around. This same stunt
absolutely
is giving Colorado problems week 4. That's a month later. That's unacceptable. Should not be happening.
Okay.
Week 4.
Again, decide. Pocket feel.
Week
what do you
4,
do? You can't climb.
This stunt
you can't run away to the right.
Still be killing Colorado, but right now it still is. You see, Shedeur is getting hit right in the chest. He getting hit in his mouth. He's getting hit in his back. And I'm gonna tell you this, like I said earlier, if they think Shedeur is gonna last against Big 12 opponent, and Big 12 don't play that much defense. If they think that Shedeur is gonna survive playing like that in the Big 12, taking hits like that, you're sadly mistaken, because he gonna get hurt. Now, nobody's wishing for him to get hurt, but I'm telling you, he taking clean hits, man, right in the chest. I keep telling y'all this. Hit the sled, man. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. The quarterback position is the only position in football where every time he gets hit, the whole team feels it. You can hit the receiver 100 times, nobody cares. You can hit the running back 100 times, nobody cares. You can hit the tight end 100 times, nobody cares. But if you hit that quarterback 5, 6, 7, 10 times, man, everybody gonna feel it. They're gonna be like, man, what's going on, man? Shedeur getting hit. Yes, he is. He is getting hit. He is getting hit. So what I'm trying to tell you is that this should not be happening week 4 of the college football season. And they're not doing nothing special. They doing the same thing. They've been running that same blitz. Every time they run that blitz, they getting home. Every time they run that blitz, they getting home. Every time. Every time. Every time they run that blitz, they getting home. And so for me, they got to clean that up, man. It's been a month later. It's been a month. North Dakota State put it on film, and now Baylor is still using. Colorado State tried to do it. They got successful. They were successful. I don't know why they stopped doing it. They went away from it. Baylor said, nah, we're not going away from nothing. We're going to do that. We're going to do it. And now they in a dogfight. Now, luckily for Colorado, Baylor is not the most prolific team in the world. Colorado making them look like they could score 80 points. Baylor is a 5-6 win team at best, maybe. But they giving Colorado all they can go tonight. So that's the developing situation there. Like I said, Tennessee is up right now. That young freshman, he's the real deal, folks. Tennessee might be in business this year. Defense is playing well. They look like they got a quarterback for the next 2 years. Tennessee look like they gonna be right there. They're gonna give somebody some problems. They got Georgia this year. They play Alabama this year. So they gonna give some people some goal. They're gonna give a lot of people problems. They're gonna give a lot of people some problems this year. You got Miami. We all thought Miami was gonna be this juggernaut. We don't know yet. We don't know yet. We don't know. To be fair, we don't know. To be quite honest with you, we don't know about Miami. Miami doesn't play. They play Cal, I believe, next week or the week after. Now, that's a developing situation there because Cal is pretty good. But Cal went to Auburn and beat Auburn in Auburn. Cal is a good team. Cal is a good team. So if folks think this thing, we all thought, man, myself included, hey, Miami doesn't play nobody till they play Louisville. Maybe that might be the case, but right now we don't know that. We really don't know that. So as I see this, we got 3 games. One looks like it's gonna be it's gonna be a dogfight. It's gonna be a battle. Another one, Tennessee looks like they pulling away. The third one, Miami's leading now 29-15. Okay, they doing what they supposed to do. Third quarter. This is what it's 29-15. That's a 14-point lead. That's a good job. They came out second half, scored a touchdown. Let's see if they can pull away from South Florida. That's what they're supposed to do. If they're the team that they're supposed to be, we'll see that. But the game of the day had to be from 2 legendary programs. Trojans, University of Southern Cal, came to Ann Arbor to play against my Michigan Wolverines. Clearly the game of the day so far. Michigan beat USC today 27-24. Michigan won a football game today by only throwing for 32 yards. Sharon Moore made a change at quarterback this week. He went away from Davis Warren and he decided to go with Alex Orji. If you don't know much about Alex Orji is a young quarterback, physically gifted. He's every bit about 6'4", 230 pounds, can run, has a cannon for an arm, but his passing skills is real limited in regard to being able to read defenses right now, being able to place the ball where it needs to go. So he's limited. Michigan comes out, scores 14 points. First half, dominates, goes in at halftime up 14-3. Come out in the second half, and they couldn't do nothing. USC clearly made some adjustment at halftime, and coming out in the second half, USC dominates. Michigan is out of sync, can't get nothing going. USC does a good job running the football, passing the football, driving, scoring touchdowns, excuse me. And how Michigan won this game is beyond me. Like I said, Michigan threw for 32 yards. Now, moving forward, that's not going to cut it. You're not going to beat Ohio State throwing for 32 yards in the horseshoe. That ain't going to happen. You best believe that. You are not going to beat Ohio State throwing for 32 yards. So whatever they have to do, Sharon Moore and the offensive staff, they're going to have to develop Alex Orji fast and in a hurry. Defensively, they're not the same defensive team as they were last year. But we should understand that because the entire defensive staff is gone. The major holdover, the major players. Last year's defensive staff, the safety coach is gone, the secondary coach is gone, the linebacker coach is gone, the defensive line coach is gone, and the defensive coordinator is gone. 4 of those 5 coaches are with Jim in San Diego. We're going to talk about that because that's a big game coming on tomorrow at 1 o'clock. That's a big game right there coming up at 1. We're going to get to that. Four of those 5 coaches are playing for the Chargers. The Los Angeles Chargers. Excuse me if I said San Diego. It's no shock to me watching the Chargers that they are playing well defensively. The Chargers are lights out defensive. Well, let's be honest. They did play Carolina, but Carolina got millionaires on their team too. So I can't just poo-poo them. They got guys, they got coaches that's getting paid, making millions of dollars. They got players that's making millions of dollars. So, can't poo-poo them. But the Chargers defensively has transformed. Michigan, on the other hand, to me, and I don't know what they're doing. I don't know, but clearly in my eyes, they're not well. I don't want to say they're not well coached, but there's stuff that's happening defensively that I don't think would have happened last season. First thing that's obvious to me is that even though they have Wink Mondale, Wink is calling a different game than what was called last year. Jesse Minter is different from Wink Mondale. Coach McDonald is different from Jesse Minter. And from what I can clearly see, Wink is not calling the same game that Jesse did and Coach Mike McDonald did for the past 3 seasons. It's not the same. Not the same. First thing that's obvious to me is that the defensive line, they're not running the same defensive schemes that they did last season. That's the first thing I noticed. Because that's the first thing. Hit the sled. You got to look at the line of scrimmage. That's what you got to look at. If you look at the line of scrimmage, you would clearly see that they're not doing the same thing as they did last year. Michigan is not running the same defensive scheme up front as they did last season. It's not as much stunts. They rushing one-on-ones, and it's not a lot of games being played up front. In regard to the secondary today, they played a lot of zone. But I don't think USC were confused at all by what Michigan was doing in the secondary. What saved Michigan was that Michigan got pressure. But it was pressure from number 0, my man Stewart. He played a hell of a game. He made some money today. I'm gonna tell you that much. He made some money today. I talked to my boy, one of my boys, man, one of my brothers from the Institute, West Virginia State. One of my brothers, talked to him, diehard USC friend from out there in California. And we're gonna go out there too. When Michigan play SC out there in the Coliseum, we're gonna be there. Hit the sled. We're gonna be out there. Hit the sled, gonna be out there. Hit the sled, got to make it out the Coliseum when Michigan plays USC. Got to make it to the Coliseum. It's a must. Got to see it. Got to see it. Got to go to that game. So Michigan will be there. I don't think they play them next season. Whatever the next time they play them, we're going out there. Hit the sled. We'll be there live. We're gonna do a show out there live at the Coliseum. We're gonna do a show out there. Hit the sled. But clearly, Wink did a tremendous job. Wink is doing the job that he thinks he needs to do, but it's totally different from Mike McDonald and Jesse Minter. Will Johnson had another pick 6. Will Johnson took an interception back like 80 yards for a touchdown. He made him some money too. Will Johnson gonna be a top 5 pick. No question. He a top 5 pick. That young Ned, man, he can play. He can play. He a top 5 pick. No, it's no question about it. He a top 5 pick. And credit to him for making that play, because Michigan needed all the points. We had a situation where my man Stewart came in, got a interception. No, he forced a fumble. My man, big 78, big Wasp, he recovered. He's stumbling and bumbling. And number 4 for Michigan, for USC comes in and stripped him out of the ball. That was a game changer because 3 plays later, 3 plays later, they throw a touchdown. USC quarterback did a decent job. He got hit today. He earned every bit of his NIL money today. He earned every bit of it. Every bit of his NIL money he earned. So that was a hell of a thing there. So that was a great game. Towards the end, Michigan drove down the field strictly on the ground. Michigan ran the ball. Mullins broke another run. The running back who was supposed to be the backup to Donovan Edwards. And Donovan, hey man, Donovan having a poor season, man. That's another thing too. Mike Hart, in my opinion, is being missed right now. Mike Hart, that run game, Mike Hart is being missed right now. Now, Jerome Moore hired Coach George from the Buckeyes. I don't know. Mike Hart might have been the better coach. So we'll see though. We'll see. Only time will tell. Now he's an excellent recruiter, so talent gonna come in. So you had this situation. Mullins, USC defense. Who has gotten better? USC defense has gotten better. They're nowhere near as bad as they were last year. Nowhere near as bad. And at the end of the game, they wore down. USC's problem defensively is they're not stout off front. They have a very good defensive coordinator. He came from UCLA. He was under Chip, and he did a very good job. Once they get their players up to Big Ten standards, they're gonna be off and running. They're not gonna be able to hold up against the more physical teams, but they're gonna be able to hold up against a lot of teams in the Big Ten. USC is a good football team. Lincoln Riley did a good job replacing them coaches from last season. He did a tremendous job. Replacing those players from last season, some of them coaches, and so it's imperative. So it's imperative that they get stouter players. Now, their problem is, can they recruit those type of players? That's their problem. Can they recruit those type of players? Can they be able to get those players in? That are going to be able to play at a championship level. Colorado is back. 2nd and 17. Shador running for his life. Second and 17. Got to throw it away. It looks like the flag down field. Might be holding, hopefully for Colorado's sake. Oh, that's a penalty. Man, the ball long gone. Yeah, roughing the passer. I don't know what he was thinking, number 11. That's stupid. Number 11, I don't know what he was thinking. That was flat out dumb. Flat out dumb. Hey, man. Coaches used to tell us all the time, man, sometimes you got to have football smart, man. Play long gone. What are you doing? What are you doing, son? What are you doing? They should have took him out the game. They should have took him out the game. So that's the situation. USC, USC, I can easily see USC. Now, they don't play Ohio State this year. I believe they play Oregon. They play Penn State in a couple weeks. I can see them. They can beat Penn State. They could beat Penn State. I can see that. James Franklin never wins the big game. That's what I'm telling you now. I ain't never seen James Franklin win a big game. Excuse me. I've never seen James Franklin win the big game. So I don't expect James Franklin to win the big game this week, in a couple weeks. It's at USC. I don't expect to see that. So it's a developing situation here, and they hit the Sled Studios. (24-17), 3rd and 6. Colorado at the Shador was down. Shador tried to throw the ball away, but he was down. It's a problem. Now it's 3rd and 12. And let's see if they made any adjustments to the stunts, because it looked like it's coming. Nah, they just rush straight up. Right tackle get beat. It's coming back for holding, though. Why Shador won't slide is beyond me. Coming back for holding. Right, left tackle Jordan Seaver hold. You got to give that man some help a little bit. Got to give him some help. He's a freshman. He's great, but you got to give him some help. Yeah, that's holding. That's holding. He held. That's holding there. You gotta give him some help. Man. He's a great talent, but you gotta give him some help, man. Now they're gonna try to give him some help. They're gonna bring the pressure now from the other side, and sure enough, 4th down. So we got those games. Colorado got a punt team. Tennessee, Oklahoma. Tennessee lining up to kick a field goal. Tennessee's a good team, man. Credit to Josh Heupel. Tennessee's a real good team going to Oklahoma. First Big Ten showing. First SEC showing for Oklahoma, and Josh Heupel and them beat them conservatively. They're not doing nothing crazy. They just mowing down the field. Where the field goal is there, they take it. Just take what's given to you. Defensively, they're playing well. They're getting strip sacks, forcing fumbles. That's how you beat people, man. That's how you beat people. And then You got Miami, South Florida. Miami has scored again, 36-15. That's what you're supposed to do. Now, I like the way Miami responded. I like the way Miami came out in the second half. They handling their business. That's what you're supposed to do to a bad team. You handle your business, and that is what they're doing. That is what you should do. That's how you handle your business. Hey, now this is showing me something right here, because they are handling. They came out in the second half. It was a 7-point game. Now it's a 21-point game. That's how you handle your business. Going to the fourth quarter, it's 48 seconds left in the third. That's how you handle your business. Good. That's a good job. That's a real good job. So, that being said, go look at the college football scoreboard from earlier today. We got Missouri had a hard time with Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt defense. Vanderbilt they not the same old pushover Vanderbilt. They was in there. They was right there. They gave Missouri a go today. They gave Missouri a hell of a go. Penn State, man, Penn State didn't play nobody. Penn State played West Virginia week 2, I believe. What was week 2? Yeah, week 2. Played week 2 or week 1, one of them. They played them. They ain't done nothing since. They just playing preseason. That's what I call it, preseason. Utah with a big win over Oklahoma State. They went in to Stillwater and got that win. Good job by them. Good job by Utah. Utah, man. Utah gonna be in the college football playoff. They're gonna be a tough out. Utah gonna be in the playoff. No doubt in my mind, Utah gonna be in the playoff. Utah will be in the playoff. Cam Rising didn't play. Zach Wilson, brother, was out there. He went 17 for 29, 207 yards, 1 touchdown. He played decent. He a freshman. He just, he was part of the reason why they won, not the reason why they lost. That's what you're supposed to do as a freshman. Freshman and rookie. Just be part of the reason why you win and not the reason why you lose. You do that, you'll be successful. But when you try to become the story, then you become the story. Always remember that. If you're a freshman on that field, your job is not to be part of the story. Because if you want to be part of the story, you will be the story. Always remember that, about young players, especially at the quarterback position. Be part of the reason why you win, but not the reason why you lose. And don't be part of the story. Because if you are part of the story, you will be the story as a freshman. Because you don't know what you're doing yet. And as a rookie, too, at quarterback in the National Football League. That's why I like what Jayden Daniels is doing. Jayden Daniels is doing a good job. He ain't trying to be part of this. He ain't trying to be the reason why they win. He want to be part of the reason why they win and not the reason why they lose. So he did a good job today. He did a real good job today. LSU beat UCLA 34-17. Man, UCLA ain't got no talent, man. UCLA ain't got no talent, man. UCLA ain't got no talent. Notre Dame over Miami, Ohio. They ain't no Northern Illinois today. Notre Dame got Louisville next week. I'm going to tell you this right now. If Notre Dame think they gonna push over, they gonna walk through Louisville, they should be sadly mistaken. They better be on something, because Louisville coming in there. Louisville gonna think they gonna beat Notre Dame. And I think they gonna do it. I think they gonna beat Notre Dame next week. I think Louisville is gonna go down to South Bend and they're gonna beat Notre Dame next week. I think they're gonna do it. I think they're gonna beat them boys. The next game, Iowa State over Arkansas State. That was preseason right there, 52-7. Clemson beat NC State 59-35. This game was 50-something to nothing or 7 in the first half. I was like, that's a preseason game. I don't know what happened to NC State. They must have had a lot of graduation because they ain't ready. They done lost everything. Man, that game was non-competitive. But good for Dabo. Dabo looked like he might have turned things around. So we're gonna see. Clemson does not play Miami this year in the regular season, so it looked like it's gonna be in the card. It's gonna be let me see Clemson's schedule. Clemson, to my understanding, they don't play Miami in the regular season. They got Stanford next, at Florida State, at Wake Forest, Virginia. They do play Louisville, at Virginia Tech, at Pitt, Citadel, and South Carolina. So it looks like if they see Miami, it will be in the regular. It will be in the college football playoff. I mean, the ACC championship game. Excuse me. That's where you'll see it. I want to see when Miami plays Cal. Here it is, right here. Because that's a game I'm really, really interested in seeing now. I really am interested in seeing because Cal is off. No, Cal playing tonight. They playing that game is on the deuce. Okay. They got Miami in 2 weeks. They're playing Florida State right now. I got to see that. I got to see what's going on at Florida State. See if Florida State got something going. See if Florida State got something going. Because Florida State 0-3. Florida State loses, they 0-4. That ain't ooh. Okay. Oh, Florida State beating Cal. Okay, 14-9. Oh, okay. Florida State might get their first win. Oh. After Florida State, they got Miami in 2 weeks. Miami comes to Cal. Okay. All right. So we're gonna see a lot right there. But anyway, Clemson got their ducks in a row. They got Stanford in 2 weeks, and then they play Florida State after that. Florida State got a sack against Cal. So Florida State look like they got everything back together again. That's what it looks like. But we don't know. So let's see what's going on the college football scoreboard. Hit the sled. College football scoreboard. Let's see what the Buffs are doing. 4th and 1. Baylor said we going for it. We ain't playing. Quarterback. Oh, they stopped them. Oh, good job. Good job by the Buffs. Good job. Good job. Good job by the Buffs. Good job. This should give them some momentum. Okay, we'll see. We'll see y'all. Good job. Good job by the Buffs. Good job. Good job. That's what you want. That's what you want to see. So they playing with some physicality. Tennessee still up 22-3. I'm gonna tell you this. This is a good job by Josh Heupel. Josh coming down there beating his alma mater who fired him. That's a good job. That's a real good job. Real good job. I like what he's doing. I like what Josh Heupel is doing, man. Josh Heupel is doing a really good job with his team. Last year was a little bit down. Yeah, they had Joe Milton, the young kid. He's a red shirt. This year he a red shirt freshman. Yeah, he can move too. Look at that. You got to run. That's good though. That's all right. You ain't got to force nothing. I like him. I like him though. I like him. I like him. Yeah, I like him. He looked like he got hit or something. So he's struggling a little bit. He's struggling, but hey man, this is big time college football. That's what it is. That's big time college football. But as we look at the college football scoreboard, Miami still leading 36-15 over South Florida. Tennessee 22-3 over Oklahoma. Texas A&M 26-17 over Bowling Green. Ole Miss putting it on Georgia Southern 38-7. Texas 35-3 over UL Monroe. Kansas State coming up next against BYU. So these are the games right here that's left on the totem pole. But once again, by Michigan Wolverines with a struggle passing, 32 yards passing. 32 yards passing. But they did run the ball, man. They did run the ball. Michigan ran the ball today 46 times for 290 yards. That's 6.3 yards a carry. Hey, man, that's old school. That was old school Bo Schemblacker out there. That's old school shit on Bo out there. Old school. We're going to run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. And that's what they did. It looked like they benched Jackson Arnold. They just 10 off. Tennessee just 10 off now. Tennessee 10 off. Jackson Arnold ain't in the game. Man, Tennessee, hey. Last week against Tulsa, that offensive line for Oklahoma was real shaky. Oh, man. That Oklahoma offensive line was real shaky. And, man, did Tennessee take advantage of it. Tennessee took full advantage of that offensive line. And I want to look at Tennessee's schedule. Because if Tennessee is who I'm thinking they are developing, they're becoming. They play Oklahoma tonight. They got Arkansas in 2 weeks. Then they play Florida. Then they play Alabama on October 19th. Turn around. Play Kentucky, Mississippi State, Georgia, November the 16th, UTEP, and at Vanderbilt. The way it's looking here, Tennessee got 2-game season. Tennessee, I think they can beat Alabama. I think they can beat Bama. That's just me. I think they can beat Bama. No doubt in my mind. Alabama, the Tide ain't who we think they are, man. Alabama, they suspect. Alabama, real suspect. Bama, real suspect. So I think Tennessee's in prime position too. Tennessee is in prime position to make some noise. Tennessee is in prime position to make some noise. So in my eyes, Tennessee just needs to keep getting better. Go about their business, keep working. The young freshmen, keep developing. Keep doing what you're supposed to do. Keep putting in that work. Keep doing it. And if he does that, they'll be on their way. They will have a chance to go to the SEC championship game. It's a lot, man. I'm trying to tell you something, man. This college football playoff gonna be something else. This college football playoff is gonna be something else, man. 12-team playoff, top 4 get a bye. Man, this college football playoff is gonna be something else. Hit the Sled gonna be there all through the way. Hit the Sled would be there all the way through. And let me tell you something. Somebody's gonna get left out. Somebody's gonna get beat that we didn't expect it. Just like in the NFL. A team gets hot and runs right through it. Like the Giants did a couple years ago. Giants got hot. They go to Dallas. Dallas was 13-3. They go to Dallas and beat them. And then they lead Dallas. They go to Green Bay. Green Bay, number 1 seed. It's -5 out there. Night game. Brett Favre. They go out there, beat them peoples. Straight handing them. Then they play the Patriots undefeated season and beat them to go to the Super Bowl. Some stuff like that will be happening the next couple years, the college football playoff. That will happen. That will happen. You best believe that. Baylor said, man, forget this. We just run the ball now. I don't blame him. That's what you're supposed to do. Just run the ball. I would. But before I go tonight, we got to talk about the upcoming slate for the college football, the National Football League games tomorrow. I'm gonna tell you guys something. Tomorrow, there are gonna be some great games in the National Football League. Hit the Sled we'll be doing. Hit week 4. No, actually week 3. College football season. I mean the NFL season. Great games on the slate. You got the Giants at Cleveland, Green Bay at Tennessee, the Bears at Indianapolis, Houston at Minnesota, Philly at New Orleans, the Chargers at Pittsburgh, Denver at Tampa, Carolina at Vegas, at the Raiders, the Dolphins at Seattle, Baltimore at Dallas, San Francisco at the Rams, Detroit at Arizona, and Kansas City at Atlanta. That's the night game. And on Monday night, you got Jacksonville at Buffalo, and you got Commanders at the Bengals. That's Monday night. I'm going to tell you something. Now. To me, the game of the day is going to be the Los Angeles Chargers against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Jim Nantz, Tony Romo will be at that game. And I'm going to tell you this. That game right there, the final score might be 17-14, 13-10. That might be the final score. That game right there is going to be a manhood game right there. If you ain't about physicality, don't step out on that field. Do not step out on that field tomorrow, Sunday at 1 with Pittsburgh and the Chargers. You got Jim Harbaugh bringing the Chargers in the Pittsburgh for Pittsburgh home opener. You got Mike Tomlin and that defense. TJ Watt and them boys. Man, I'm telling you something, man. The Chargers, don't make no mistake. Don't get it twisted. The Chargers are coming to that game to bring physicality. It will be a physical game. It is going to be extremely physical. Run game. It won't surprise me if the Chargers run the ball 40 times. They're going to try to. The Chargers are about imposing their will. When I watch the Chargers, I see the Chargers offensive line moving grown men 2-3 yards off the ball. That's what I'm watching for. Because if you look at that matchup, the Chargers got the better quarterback. Okay, the Steelers might got the better better receivers, but the Chargers got a better quarterback. The Chargers are coming into that game and they saying, man, listen here. I don't care what Justin Fields been doing. In the past 2 games, he only got 273 yards passing. That's like man, we ain't worrying about him. We're going to stop him from scrambling. And once we stop him from scrambling, that's it. He can't beat us. The Chargers will not let Justin Justin beat him. Will not let Justin Fields beat him. Won't happen. Najee Harris might beat him, but it ain't gonna be Justin Fields. I tell you that. Najee Harris might do it with physical running the ball on Joey Bosa and them boys, on Khalil Mack and them. But I'm gonna tell you this: if the key to that game offensively, if Pittsburgh continually are in 3rd and long, they got a problem. Because their offensive line is not good enough to hold down Joey Bosa and them boys. They showing highlights of Shador running for his life. Shador getting hit. 28 drop back, 3 hits, 8 knockdown. Shador getting punished out there. He just threw a bomb, though, I tell you that. Travis Hunter. So this thing here, man, this week, hit the sled. We'll be doing the NFL scoreboard week 3, National Football League. The other game I want to see is Philly against the Saints. Man, the Saints done came out first 2 weeks gangbusters. The Saints done came out the first 2 weeks. The Saints, they went down to Dallas, beat them peoples down. They played Carolina. They played Carolina. They played Carolina week 1, beat the Panthers down. Man, so, man, the Saints, they got the Eagles coming in town. The Eagles just lost on Monday night to Kurt and them. So they looking at it like, man, hey, this thing, man, we got to get a win. We 1-1. The Saints looking at it like, man, we piling it on. We need to get that 3rd win. Man, so that's gonna be a game. That's gonna be a game to watch. That's gonna be a game to watch. You got Baltimore against Dallas. Lamar. You got Lamar playing against Dak and them. Man, Lamar them 0-2. I told you I hit the sled. NFL preview that Lamar in trouble. Lamar will not win the Super Bowl if he don't throw the ball better. And he ain't been throwing the ball better. Lamar has not been throwing the ball the way he's supposed to. For a two-time NFL MVP, he's not playing. He's not throwing the ball like an NFL MVP. He's not doing that at all. So in my eyes, Lamar and them in trouble. And if they don't get this thing turned around, I can see easily big changes in Baltimore. Big changes. Yes, I'm telling you now, week 2, if Baltimore don't get this thing together, I can easily see John Harbaugh getting fired. I can see it. So don't make no mistake about it Do not think it won't happen. If Baltimore go on 3, they don't come back from this, they don't make the playoffs, man, big changes will be coming down there. Big changes. Big changes. So, man, it's going to be real tomorrow at 4:25 in Jerry's World. So I'm looking at, man, I cannot wait to watch that film of Pittsburgh against the Chargers. Colorado's came back and tied the game. It's 24-20, extra point waiting, 24-21, 24-24. Travis Hunter caught 2 big passes, did his thing on that drive. Best player in college football in my eyes this season. After the quarter of the season, it's no question. Another sneaky game that I can't wait to watch this film is Houston against Minnesota. Man, let me tell you something. Minnesota, a good team. Minnesota is really good defensively. O'Connell got Sam Darnold playing well. Now, we don't know how good Justin Jefferson is going to be, how well he's going to be feeling. Is he going to be – he's dealing with a quad injury, you know, and man, but I'm trying to tell you this. This guy, this Minnesota team is going to be a team to be reckoned with down the line this season. Minnesota is good. Houston is good as well. Both teams have really good offense and defensive lines, so I can't wait to see how that game unfolds, how each team goes into this game. What is the plan for the victory? But Houston, I'm gonna tell you, man, I talked to a friend of mine today. I told him, Houston, I could easily see Houston in the AFC Championship game. Houston is good, man. Houston is really, really good. Houston can do it all. Houston can do it all. They can run it. They can pass protect. They can rush the passer. They can stop the run. Man, Houston, man, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Houston's gonna be something else. So, man, Hit the Sled is gonna be here. Hit the Sled is gonna be there, ready, and watching these 1 o'clock games. Hit the Sled NFL Scoreboard will be there live from the broadcast studios of Hit the Sled. We're gonna be right here watching and giving you all the analysis of week 3 of the National Football League. Man, what a time. What a time to be alive. Man, I'm trying to tell y'all something, man. I'm so excited. I feel so blessed to have this opportunity to do what I'm doing right now, be able to tell y'all what I'm seeing. And we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it going, man. As it goes into the fourth quarter, Colorado got to get some stops. Travis Hunter just made a tackle. Travis Hunter is playing, man. He just made a tackle, made a great play. Man, I'm trying to tell y'all something, man. What a time. Man, we only gonna get better. We only gonna get better, man. This thing is real. Can't wait to watch the film of week 3 of National Football League. Learning so much every day. It's a pleasure, man. It really is, man. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to it really is. It's a pleasure to do what I'm doing, man. I'm so happy for this opportunity, man. You know, when something like this, you're formulating it, you're putting it together, man. You're trying to make it work. It is so exciting, man. You know, it really is, man. Talking about the game that I love, man. Talking about the game I love on college and NFL from a offensive lineman perspective. It's absolutely tremendous. I'm happy doing what I'm doing, man, and it really is, man, to give y'all this content and letting y'all know, man, what it's all about, man, what's happening, why it's happening from an offensive line perspective. You know, and as the Colorado game is 24-24 going into the fourth quarter, man, what an ending to the game, man. With that being said, I can't wait for tomorrow's games in the National Football League. We're going to be talking about the college games too later on in the week, previewing week 5. Man, it's already week 5. It's been a month into the season already. But it's gonna be really exciting. What's in store, man, all around, man. With that being said, man, I hope all of you guys have a good rest of your night. Take care as we finish these night games, man. Take care of yourself and God bless you, man. See you tomorrow. Peace and God bless.